Thank you. We're back to our board meeting in Hauppauge on May 2nd. Can you also please stand for the pledge of allegiance? Thank you.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. For on the agenda will be the superintendent's update, Dr. Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Scarito. Welcome, everybody. Happy to be wearing my college sweatshirt today to show support for our graduating class. Excitement in the high school today. Seniors wore apparel representing their plans for next year. Everyone will see some of those pictures in Horizons and on social media. Tremendous buzz amongst the graduating class. They were definitely excited to be wearing their finest apparel. Next item on Thursday, April 27th, this was last week, Forest Brook had held their recognition assembly of our local heroes, our police officers or firefighters and first responders. Very special event, quickly becoming a tradition here, second time around at Forest Brook. And we're looking forward to the assemblies at Brentwoods and Pines as well. Thank you to the board who has supported all of these efforts, and it's hard to describe, but when you see the little ones singing God Bless America at these assemblies, it's hard not to get choked up, and to see all the moms and dads and other relatives dressed up in their uniforms. It's just such a great assembly. So thank you to Dr. Reingold for pulling that together, and again, Brentwoods and Pines will be having assemblies as well. Congratulations to high school senior Madison Schmalfus. Madison competed at the Skills USA New York State competition in action skills. Madison came in first in her category and is the New York State champion. So that's tremendous. Congratulations to Madison. High school senior Ryan O'Connor recently completed his Eagle Scout project, building benches, tables that are now in the courtyard. These are meant to be used for a variety of purposes, but one of them is intended for outdoor classroom use. They can be folded into tables, or the tops can fold up to make them into benches. As the weather gets nicer, Principal Whitehorse will invite teachers to bring their classes to the courtyard and use the furniture as needed. And my understanding is we have another young man in the audience tonight, David Holdorf, who completed his Eagle Scout project as well at St. Thomas More. David, I'm going to put you on the spot for just a moment. Would you mind just sharing about your project? Very quickly. You don't have to, no essay writing here. No, you can stand, please.
I was preparing and adding on to the arbor at St. Thomas More Church, and it's a great word.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. See a lot of patches on your shoulder tonight. It's tremendous to get to that level, so congratulations as well. Next we have Forest Brook fifth graders and the building staff. I actually attended this event. Were recently trained in hands-on CPR and AED life-saving techniques through the Louis J. Acampora Memorial Foundation. That was also a tremendous partnership with that foundation. It was the mom of who lost her son in a tragedy, who was providing this training. It was tremendous. So again, thanks to Dr. Reingold for coordinating that. Congratulations also to middle school librarian Melissa McParland. We just learned about this today. She's been nominated as Librarian of the Year by the Suffolk County School Library Media Association. Her dedication to making the library at the middle school a wonderful place to grow and learn has been recognized. I know Melissa for many, many years, and her passion in that learning environment is evident to all. So great to see her recognized. And okay, thank you, Mr. Scarino. So Colin Buscarino received Diver of the Year. Is it breaking news? Excellent. Another award for Colin, who's received many. And then lastly, pleased to announce that our students recently participated in Music in the Parks at Hershey Park. By the way, I know this is a long update, but it's so great to be able to share all of this great news about our students. The Hauppauge Chamber Choir, under the direction of Leanne Contino, won first place superior, which is a tremendous honor. And our high school orchestra, led by Leah Paisi, earned second place. And lastly, our band, our high school band, under the direction of Mr. Monson, came in third. So proud of our students and teachers. Congratulations to them all. Back to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Two things I want to touch on. First of all, accolades are always fantastic. I think the CPR thing was fantastic. That's for the Right Up New Horizons. I'd love for our school to continue that. I think it's fantastic for our community. Number two, I also want to send a special thank you out to Trustee Michael Buscarino, who couldn't be here tonight because he's working. What he did at the bars program, and then the police helicopter landed in the building. It's super cool. Very amazing. So thank you.
You know what, I'm just going to have one other thing which I forgot to mention. Since the last board meeting, I had the privilege of stopping by to see police officer Brett Bowler, who had been recently injured in the line of duty, and I met with mom and dad and Brett and got to see him in the living room. He was watching some soccer matches at the time. He's going through lengthy rehabilitation, but he texted me after that visit because I was able to share a gift on behalf of Hauppauge faculty and staff, and he just said, I'm paraphrasing, but that he always felt grateful to be a Hauppauge resident and graduate, but they were so touched by the outpouring of support from the district and the community, so I wanted to make sure I shared that with everybody as well.
Thank you. We're going to move on to number 5. Are there any recognition and awards?
Nope, not tonight.
We move on to 5, big presentation. Mrs. Santa, I think 2023, 2020.
No, I forgot to turn it on.
Okay, so when you're a bass player, you just show up to venues and everything's already set up, so. All right, budget hearing, here we go. So, as we know, this process is something that's gone on since the fall. Every building, every department, every individual sitting at this table in the U shape has been involved in this entire put together of the 23-24 budget. So, as an overview, the budget for 23-24 maintains present class sizes and programs. There are 7 retirements with 6 replacements. We have decreased department overages. We're creating 8 new positions in special ed, reading, and math. The budget supports technology and security initiatives, continues student mental health programs through Effective School Solutions, which exists at the middle school and high school as of this year, and the Northwell Health Partnership sustains 2 and 3 students, tier 2 and 3 student supports for After School Academy, the PASS program, and then preserves college awareness and post-secondary opportunities for college trips, fairs, and then as we started this year, the district is paying for SAT, PSAT, ACT, AAP, and IB fees, and then we are adding on 3 additional classes for universal pre-K, which is pretty cool. Starting in 21-22, we had 3 classes. This year for 22-23, 6 classes. And next year for 23-24, we will have 9 in total for universal pre-K, which is pretty cool because those students will, go through our K through 12 program. Looking at a funding snapshot for the revenue side, so tax levy is the largest source of revenue for a school district. At Hauppauge, the percent change for 23-24 will be a 2.57% tax levy. The state aid for 23-24 is a 10% increase over the current year. Pilots are payments in lieu of taxes, and that's remaining flat for 23-24. Other, so that's interest for banking, self-insurance recoveries, that's the county special education excess cost. We get a refund every single year through that. BOCES does a refund as well for us. Building rentals, and then tuition and health services from other districts paying Hauppauge to attend our services and our programs. Reserves and fund balance are 2 ways to mitigate the impact to the taxpayer, and that is staying flat from the current year. So the total budget is $128,739,896, which is a 3.89% change in the current year to the coming year, but that's different from the line at the top of the tax levy, which is 2.57 for 23-24. Looking at the expenditure side, so the top 3 lines are all salary and benefit related, and that adds to about 70% for the school district. Here at Hauppauge, we have 5 collective bargaining agreements, and all of those agreements come with different language in there about different benefits, a teacher retirement system, an employee retirement system, and all those things factor in. Other than that, so utilities, so similar to your house at home, oil, gas, electric, water is 1% of the budget. Buildings and grounds for maintaining each building, equipment that they need to maintain buildings, supplies to do the same, 1%. Transportation, we have contracted services through Suffolk Transportation. Finally, field trips are opening back up. Every single student has probably been on a field trip this year, and we're excited to continue that initiative going forward. And then fuel for the buses as well. That's 6% of the budget. For pupil personnel services, so that's different tuition, different contracted services depending on a student's need, and BOCES dependent on a student's need, which is 6% of the budget as well. Debt service is principal and interest as current, that's 3%. Security for contracted services, be it armed guards or other equipment needed, that's 1%. Technology for BOCES, supplies, equipment throughout the district, internet, you name it, 3%. And then supplies, materials, BOCES, and anything else under the sun that doesn't qualify for anything above, it's 5%, getting to $128,739,896. So the slide before for revenues, the slide now for expenditures meet and match and total each other, so we can check that off. And finally, so after this, May 16th is our annual budget vote and school election from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. in this very room. And any sort of budget information can be viewed on our website at hauppauge.k12.ny.us.
Thank you for a fantastic presentation. Does any community members have any questions for Bridget? Does any board members have any questions? You did such a great job running that.
Thank you, Ms. Sienna.
Thank you.
You could probably do that presentation in your sleep at this point.
Good. We'll move on to the adoption minutes, 5C, business meeting and budget adoption of April 18th, 2023. So Kylie, thank you for your motion. Dr. Crawford, thank you for your second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Number 6, questions and comments for tonight's agenda only. Does any community members have any questions? Everyone else about this? The consent agenda is from 7 to at the end of 7.4. Does any board members have anything they want to set on the consent agenda? Jim, will have you for a motion. Colleen for a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? We're going to move on to policies. Mr. Tasman, we took time out room, sir. Is that something we should discuss?
Yep, that policy's on for adoption tonight.
This state mandated policy, education policy.
The only question I had, Mr. Tasman, and I know we have to do what the state tells us to do, even though sometimes they do it backwards. There are no timeout rooms, right?
Correct.
So we're making stuff on it with no rules, right? Just asking.
It's not a lot of people did have a room to have a policy in place.
Most states. Probably be on my motion. And I'd probably get a second. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Do I have to do the next one as well, Mr. Douglas? Any, the regulation I have to do, Dr. Douglas? I mean, okay. I just want to make sure it's good. Chairman with the motion, with the second, any discussion on the regulation? All those in favor? Okay. The committee reports, we're going to move to the next meeting. We have more board members to go over more information. Number 10, discussion matters. Any board members have any discussion matters? Number 11, any new business? I do want to mention Chipotle tomorrow night, Hauppauge, 4 to 8 is for the class of 2023 for a fundraiser. So if you can help support the class of 2023, we appreciate it. I also believe there is a clothing drive coming up as well.
Yes.
Is that correct, Saturday?
Starting at 9 o'clock.
Perfect, thank you.
9 o'clock?
That's what I had heard, yeah.
You heard? I didn't ask this last time, and I apologize. I can't find it, then again, I'm old. Is there a way, besides Parent Square, to put these fundraisers on the website, so when I pop up in Hauppauge schools, it pops up? As opposed to going on and having to code everything.
I believe they're on there.
Password.
We made a tab that says flyers,
So it's
and
on there.
all the flyers are going out.
Perfect.
Mr. Scrato, I just have one thing. Just
Yes,
want to
of
say
course.
thank you to Tracy Ryan, who is the president of the PTA Council, for inviting all the administrators and PTA members to the dinner last week. So I just want to say thank you. Yes, it was a nice evening, so I just want to say thank you to them and all to all the PTA members and presidents and vice presidents who gives so much of their time. And this week is Teacher Appreciation Week. So we just want to say thank you to the teachers as well, and the teachers' aides and TAs for all of their hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to 12. Any questions and comments from the community? First of all, thank you all for coming. I appreciate that. Any questions on the board? Nothing? Good. All right, so we're going to go to adjournment.
Yeah.
And our next meeting is May 16th.
Is the budget vote?
Where's our next meeting? June 6th. Wow, okay. Our next meeting is going to be June 6th. I want to thank everybody for coming. I wish everybody a good night. And all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day is coming up. Okay. Okay, the June 6th meeting will be at the high school. I apologize. Yes. Yes. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Gentlemen, Mrs. Tapici, the second, full discussion. Vote. Let's go next.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.